What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today I'm going to head back on into the Jungle Cup and try to get some wins here today. Honestly, yesterday I tried so many different teams and it didn't really seem like anything I was using was working, so I'm going to try some Pokemon that I saw other people use that seem to be kind of successful here. Shadow Caesar, one of the best Pokemon just in general in the Go Battle League, and especially in this meta, it seems pretty good, so I'm going to use a Unova Stunfisk to try to counter it on the lead. And another Pokemon that I feel like is a very underrated pick here right now in this meta is actually Togekiss. This Pokemon has great coverage. It has the access to Peck as well as Aura Sphere and Psychic. A lot of great charge attacks for this Pokemon, and just in general, a lot of fun to use. Now, I'm going to be doing some live commentary gameplay today. This was taken directly from my stream, twitch.tv/itsaxon. If you want to see these battles live yourself here when I am doing them, I do not only these sets, but I do every single one of my sets, basically every single day. I'd love to see you there. The link to that, once again, is down in the description. But without further ado, let's get on into the gameplay. Alright, so today we are at 2866 Elo. We had a bit of a hit or miss day yesterday in the Jungle Cup, but I feel like today, I'm going to try to lock in. I'm going to try to get some wins in, so what do you say? Let's just get into the battles. Alright, we got our first game of the day. Stunfisk in the lead, up against a Stunfisk, a fellow person of culture. Winning CMP would be very nice here, but the issue is, I don't know if I will. Our backline is pretty weak to this Pokemon, though, so taking this out would be nice. They don't show us who wins CMP, which is interesting. 2 Mud Bombs don't knock out, and since we're both on Thunder Shock, that means we can never fast move each other down. It's just gonna do 1 damage per Thunder Shock here. Mud Bomb coming through, unless they're running like some sort of crazy Earthquake Legacy glitched out moveset. Imagine that. Honestly, if they ever gave Unova and Stunfisk a nuke move, it would be pretty fun. Looks like they went for a CMP here on this next attack. Likely gonna be a Mud Bomb. They no-shield. I think I'm gonna no-shield as well. This might be a crazy play, but I think I'm going to swap into my Shadow Caesar, because at this point, I could outpace them or win CMP by going for a Night Slash. Or what I could even do is maybe I just shield once and farm down. Okay, they actually try to catch a move on the Furret. I'm at least going to bait a Trailblaze here, but I think going straight Night Slash is going to be the play. That way I can guarantee 2 moves before they get one off. They are at 6, so technically they could go for a Brick Break here, but I would always expect a Swift to come through them. We get a shield, actually. Interesting. 9. Alright. I'm going to let this go. I think I'm going to come in with our Togekiss and farm down, hope that the energy is going to be good against the backline. It could be their own Caesar in the backline, which would be a little bit scary, but having energy for that is going to be, I think, crucial to winning this game. Their Ufisk does still have a Discharge loaded on it as well. Big Swift. I think I can just shield this once and farm down, though. They should be 4 away from their next Discharge here. So I'm going to shield this, Peck down, and hope the energy that I have across the board is going to be good enough. I should be 4 away from... No, I'm actually 5 away on my Ufisk. I'm absolutely crazy. Okay, we do farm down that Ufisk. That's fantastic news. Maybe a Mudslapper in the backline the way they're playing? I don't know. Maybe an Altaria? If it is Altaria, they could win with a catch. Okay, it's a Cradilly. So I need to land an Aura Sphere here to win. And then I need to land a Mud Bomb. Okay, well, I waited a turn there. I guess I waited too long because they got an extra sneak. There is still a win con for them. They have to go for a catch. Actually, they might just win this with Rock Tomb. Because that Aura Sphere, I don't know if that put them into range where I would actually knock them out with a Mud Bomb if I got debuff, but they Grass Knot. Dude, like, what is going on with my waiting here? I swear I'm waiting, but, like, it's just not... I just threw this game, I guess. Well played, I think. I don't know if that was on them or on me. They waited too, maybe they waited, I don't know. The thing is, I overfarmed as well. Like, if that's obvious, they... that one's kind of on me. That's like, maybe that's just nerves of the first game of the day. Alright, next match here. Let's try to win this one. Unlike last time when we tried to lose. Lantern, likely on Water Gun, but if it is Spark especially, that's a lot better. Our backline is pretty soft to this. Honestly, our whole team is a little bit soft to Water Gun Lantern. But the best thing about Ufisk is that it's a pretty spammy Pokemon. If you shield once, you can get to 3 Mud Bombs before they get to back-to-back Surfs. Doesn't quite go for a 2-shot here, but I think after the Thundershocks, it will. Yeah, it looks like it. They could always go for a play where they catch a Mud Bomb, which I wouldn't be surprised if they go for. So our opponent's probably a good player. Luckily, they don't catch there. There's not really a point to waiting a turn against a one-turn move. It's just impossible anyway, so I'm not going to even try. Yeah, we get a shield there. Love to see that. I think they're going to try to catch this move. Yep. It's a good thing that I called that, because going for a Mud Bomb against a Togekiss would have been catastrophic. I should be able to get to 2 of these discharges against them first. Yeah, just barely. They do shield as well, that's good. We'll catch the move here. I would be surprised if they went for a Psyshock, but they could have, I guess. They should be at 9, so they should still be 1 away from another move. Yeah, big Aura Sphere catch, love to see that. And that's not even enough for a Dazzling, they didn't build up to it. I don't know if they would have survived the Pex, I think they might have. But we'll see what we can do. Psyshock is gonna do a decent chunk of damage. They actually bring in their own Shadow Caesar, but the Bullet Punch is just not quite enough to do the job. Aura Sphere might not knock out, but it's gonna put them very low. And then I think we just have this game. One Bullet Punch doesn't knock out, which is a little bit unfortunate. But I mean, I know they have a Surf loaded, and it's a non-stab Night Slash. It's not going to knock us out. The way I think I can win this game is just by going for the no shield here, getting a Night Slash off against the Lantern, and that should win us the game. They might be able to go for a catch at some point. We've seen my opponents do that recently, and that was kind of embarrassing last game. They throw the energy, which is a very smart play. That's going to stall the switch clock even longer here. I have the move. Nice. Okay, for once in my life, I call the catch and I just keep farming. That could have been really annoying there. But nice, we get the Trailblaze even just to guarantee the knockout. I think a Night Slash would have been enough. But we make up for the last game. We get the knockout here. Love to see that. Shadow Caesar putting in work, but Ufisk really just core breaking that team and not falling for that catch in the start of that game was a good thing, I'd say. All right, next game here. We're going to see Ufisk up against Guzzlord. Okay, I guess I have 2 better answers in the backline. Although Shadow Caesar, I wouldn't necessarily call the best answer, saying I do get outpaced here, and my charge attacks are resisted. And we end up baiting out a Charizard here. Not exactly a Pokemon I'd love to see. Can I get another move off? Oh, they no shield. Smart play. Okay, they have to throw energy. Or I get a Simul. That is crazy. Do they run Sludge Bomb in this meta? And also, who do they bring in now? Nice. Okay, that was good. I liked that game. The boost bailing me out, but also they could have guaranteed at least a shield from me if they just threw their energy on Charizard. But I'll take it. That's why Caesar is just kind of so stupid. It took down the Charizard. Love to see that. All right, we got our next opponent here. Let's see what they're gonna run. Ufisk into Lantern again. Okay. Well, we called a catch attempt earlier on in the set. Oh, is that Spark? Interesting. That's going to be a little bit easier to play around. I say as I probably am going to still get caught on because I cannot wait a turn for the life of me right now. The best thing about this is they're not a one-turn fast move, so it's going to be a little bit easier to see what they're doing. 7, 8, 9. All right, so they're at 9 right now, so 2 past the Surf. Do they 2-shot us with Surf even, without the fast move pressure? They don't. That's kind of sad for them. 10. Okay. So they're at 3. 3 away from the Surf. I wish I had something to catch a Surf on, but I really don't. What I want to do is I want to be able to swap out here with a move. Surf's not going to knock us out. I actually get a huge farm down here, or I would have if they let us. But they're in range now where I can peck them down with my Togekiss. They bring in a Fortress, and while that Pokemon is slightly annoying for my Caesar, I have such a big energy lead here, as well as the fact that I do technically resist their fast move. I say technically because, I mean, they're still shredding us right now, but I should be able to go for Night Slash and then another Night Slash in just a second, if they don't throw energy against us. Yeah, I mean, of course they have to shield that. They probably Sand Tomb us here. But I think it's worth a shield. I don't know. What's a Rock Tomb? Okay. So I don't even get my defense dropped. They probably let this go, because they know I could combo play with Ufisk. Unless they're, like, really weak to Caesar in the backline. Okay, well, I'll just peck down then. If it's their own Caesar, that could be a little bit scary. It's an Altaria, rather. Interesting. I guess I shield this. I still have that discharge loaded on my Ufisk. I don't know if having Psyshock is the play or not in this meta, but I do like having that quicker pacing here to the Psychic-type move. Alright. So now the tricky part's going to be, do they try to catch on my next move immediately? Or will they just, call that I'm going to do that? I don't know. I mean, I still have the energy on my Ufisk if I need it, which I probably will if they go for a catch. Alright. Sky Attack's not going to knock us out here. Altaria's not that offensive. Oh, Flamethrower, that's even more energy. I'm going to throw instantly here. I don't know if that's unpredictable or not, but it looks like our opponent didn't predict it, so I guess it's unpredictable enough. Shock, we'll get, not quite the knockout, but I guess we can peck down still. And that Lantern is pretty low, like 1 or 2 pecks should knock him. Oh, okay, they transferred a peck onto the Lantern. Now we peck down the Altaria. And we win. Nice. Okay, so the first game of this set, we absolutely threw, but we're starting to pick up steam here, I think, with this team. It's not going too bad now. Looks like we have another opponent here. Ufisk into Shadow Kanto Marowak. That is very frightening. I'm going to have to swap immediately into my Shadow Caesar here and hope they don't hard counter us any further. I hope that I can get to another Night Slash here before they can farm us down. I think I can, but it's going to be kind of close. Our bullet punches are adding up. Oh, they let that go. Interesting. And I guess I get a Night Slash here. This is such a strange thing to see from our opponent right now, because they're going to let us farm him down, or at least get a lot of energy with our Ufisk. And then the switch clocks are going to be desynced. 11. I mean, it could be a payback, right? But if they do payback, that's a lot of energy down the drain. And if they don't have payback, that's not very good for them. Okay, fly. They're going to be in Mud Bomb range on that Marowak, which is nice to see. They're at what right now? 4 on that Marowak. So 1 away from a Rock Slide, potentially. They might instantly throw the move when they come in. They don't. But they throw a move now. I'm going to shield this up, because I think that's a pretty obvious play, where they're going to go for the Rock Slide now. Yeah, so that's a lot of energy down the drain for them. Okay. Well, that's not the most ideal Pokemon to see, but it is still maybe kind of playable. I don't know. I go for the Psyshock here just because it does do more damage than Aura Sphere. Okay, we CMP on this next move. I think this isn't terrible for me right now, but it is still a little bit precarious. They're at back-to-back attacks, which means they have that discharge loaded right now. Going for a catch would be amazing, but I don't think they're ever going to throw instantly. They have to shield this. I get the catch off. Oh my goodness, okay. So now what I also need to do is I need to get enough energy here to get to 2 Mud Bombs against that Marowak. Or I need to just force energy out of them. It's going to be a very close endgame. Okay, we get a shield. Do 3 slaps knock me out. It's going to be close. Not quite. If I got DRE there, then I'm not even, like, in range of getting knocked out by a Thundershock down. No, we did not get DRE, so they did land that move. It's going to be such a close endgame. But I should outpace just barely. Yes, we do! Oh my goodness. What a close game. Somehow coming back from, like, one of the most RPS teams I could have imagined. Discharge knocks out the Amalgam, and secures a 4-in-1 set to start off the day. That's amazing. Okay, honestly, Ufisk is putting in work here. It's not really winning a lot of leads, but it can flip some bad matchups. Shadow Caesar on the save swap that game was pretty good. We get a Deoxys. Oh my goodness, is this the Shundo? All right, Deoxys, is this the Shundo? No. I got a Rare Candy XL, though. I guess it's because it's a legendary during the raid hour. That's kind of cool. Let's see, let's cash in this set. It's going to get us up to 2909. Okay. You know, we're back in the 2900s. 4-1 set to start. Hard to be mad about that. Let's keep on queuing. All right, next game here. Let's see if we can win. I mean, at least it's not a hard counter. It's going to be the Unova and Stumpfisk on the lead, which is obviously a pretty neutral matchup here. The worst thing about this is I could lose CMP. And if I lose CMP, then I lose this matchup, just in general. How do I want to play this out? Because last time what I did, I think I liked how I played it out last time if they went for a CMP. And that's to just farm down with Caesar. We'll see what happens here. Mud Bomb lands against us. It does about 40% of our HP. We have another Mud Bomb ready to go. They don't CMP us, though. Which makes me wonder if they're confident in their CMP, or if they really just don't want to reveal who wins CMP just yet. They're down in the red. Is that, like, normal? Or are they lower than usual? Because if they're lower than usual, that might just mean that they have a pretty high attack on their Ufisk. Maybe that's normal. I do lose CMP, though. I think I'm going to shield this. I have to shield something anyway to knock this out. Wow, they discharge? That is ridiculous. I could have let that go, I guess. They probably let this go now. Yeah. Alright. Fortress is a little bit scary to see. But I can Mud Bomb this. They should be at 9 right now. Alright. So here's the annoying thing. I have to double shield. And by doing that, I really open up my Caesar to having very little play in the backline. But I still have a catch available if I need it. Oh, well, Caesar doesn't really have any play in the backline anyway. Yikes. This is not the most ideal scenario. They shield that. I might be in a lot of trouble. I'm starting to think I might not have any play for my Caesar in this game. Get both shields, though. They instantly throw a move here. Yeah, I just don't even get to, I don't get to a Night Slash. Like, I could technically get to a Night Slash, but they would still have a charge attack to knock us out with. It's like, all I need to do to get to a charge attack is, you know, do that. But now they just have a Flame Charge or a Fly ready to go. Oh my goodness, that is unfortunate. I guess that team makes some sense in this meta. Triple counter the most hard meta Pokemon out there. Shadow Caesar was trying its best, but not quite able to win. Alright, we got another match here. Let's hope that our Caesar has some play. Ufisk into Wigglytuff. Well, Caesar has play here, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm a little bit worried that if there's a Wigglytuff in the lead, that might mean there's a Talonflame in the backline. I will go for the Mud Bomb here, and super effective Icy Wind will come through against us. But at the very least, I'm not going to be one-shot because it's non-stab damage. Icy Wind's not the strongest move in the game. What I'm going to do here, I think, is I'm just going to swap to Togekiss right now. Hopefully bait something out that I can maybe have some play into, and then reset my debuff here. Well, we don't have much play into that. That's not the most ideal Pokemon to see. They're a little bit soft to a Shadow Caesar lead. Like, if I led Shadow Caesar into this team, I don't know what they would do. I guess I just let this go. I'm going to one-shield farm down with my Caesar. Might be a misplay, because I would not be surprised if there's a Talonflame in the backline. But I feel like this is going to be the right play to make no matter what here, because at least I'll get some energy against a Pokemon that doesn't do a lot of fast attack pressure against us. So maybe I can get some Night Slashes off against a Talonflame if that is what they have in the backline. Okay, it's actually not. It's a Feeble. I thought that was a Mightyena for a second. I've seen a couple Mightyenas in my time playing in this meta. Okay, we get a shield there. Eight. They probably have us here, because that Wigglytuff's still just going to get to a move against us. Right? Because, like, Wigglytuff's 3 away from an attack. And honestly, this Thievul's just going to get a move here, too. I don't think a Mud Bomb knocks this out, so they just have us, unfortunately. Like, that was a playable game. If I safe-swapped my Shadow Caesar, actually, I don't really know what they do. Yeah, they just survived that. Thievul's honestly not that squishy. Shadow Mightyena might have got knocked out there. Unfortunate. What a strange team. Shadow Caesar safe swap would have destroyed that team, though. Shadow Caesar would have just at least opened up some play for us in that game. That is insane. Well played to them, though. All right, we got another match here. A legend, someone above 3,000 elo. Can we get the win? It's going to be hard, because this is a really bad lead matchup for us here. I'm going to safe swap Shadow Caesar, because I literally have to. Okay, that's actually not that bad. Night Slash here is going to hurt. And while they would normally outpace us, I have a decent energy lead going into this matchup. If I can get shields down, then an Oris here is going to do a lot of damage to that Piloswine. A boost would have been nice there, but I am not going to be, complaining about not getting that. I'll shield this up. Dragon Breaths are kind of chunking here, despite being non-stab damage, but I guess I'm also doing ridiculous amounts of damage with my bullet punches too, so I can't complain too much here. Night Slash might not quite knock him out. I hope they shield if they... Yeah, okay, they do shield. Is that good for us even? I don't know. Do I shield this ever? I don't really want to. It might be a crazy play to no-shield that. Because, I mean, they get an Aqua Tail now into my Ufisk. But I think that's fine, because if I go down shields against that Piloswine, I'm still in a lot of trouble. Okay, we get the energy lead here. I don't think an Orister quite one-shots a Piloswine. Oh, you've got to be joking me. Well, this was the worst possible team comp I could have faced. I'm just getting completely hard RPS. Okay, well, it was nice knowing you guys. The Piloswine Ufisk core, I couldn't have dreamt that one up in 1,000 years. Looks like we're going to go 0-3 to start out the set. I feel like we played this game to our win conditions here. I would never have expected a Ufisk in the backline. I would have expected maybe a Flyer or something, like an Altaria as their final Pokemon. Like a double Dragon Breath team could make a lot of sense here, but... yikes. Yeah, I mean, like, I just don't have play. This is so sad. I think I played this game about as well as I realistically could have, though. I'll just let him knock us out here. Yeah, I mean, I would have had to hope that they would have brought in the Ufisk against our Caesar to win that one. Unfortunate stuff, but let's keep on going. There's a chance here that we can at least get a 2-3. Next opponent, a bit of a down pair here. Let's see if we can win a lead. Ufisk hasn't really caught any really good leads. Okay, there we go. That's not terrible, especially because we get to avoid it with our Togekiss. But we know that Shadow Caesar with Trailblaze still has at least a little bit of play here. Thundershock's neutral, Mud Bomb's neutral, so is Discharge. So everything that I do here is just like, it's alright. It's not the most efficient, but it's not inefficient. Okay, we actually get a shield with the Mud Bomb. Nice attempt. Shadow Altaria, that's kind of cool. Luckily, the Dragon Breath damage is still doing the same amount to us here. I'm going to go for the Overfarm. I don't want to give a lot of energy to that Caesar. I wonder if bringing in, like, Shadow Caesar here could be a better play or something, because it feels like this could be a bait-out attempt of my Togekiss. But also, is Togekiss common enough to even bait it out? I don't know. I'm going to go for a one-shield farm down here. I think that's not the worst play out there. Because then I'll have a lot of energy. If they bring back in that Caesar, an Orister should knock him out. And, I mean, they have Night Slash and Trailblaze. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, they'll go for probably a Night Slash here to get a KO, or to attempt to. They could Trailblaze if they want to get an extra bullet punch damage off against us or whatever, but I mean, it really depends on how they want to play this out. I'm going to go for the Aura Sphere here. They could go for the shield. No, they let it go, so down goes the Caesar. Okay. There is a Mud Slapper in the back that could be bad. Piloswine, very winnable. Probably the best thing I could see here for my Shadow Caesar. That's a lie. There's probably better things, but like as far as seeing a Piloswine with my team, this is where I want to see it. Oh, that's a Shadow Piloswine as well. These bullet punches are going to rip through its HP. At that point, they were in Mud Bomb range even, so if they could have even caught, which I don't think their Switch Clock was anywhere near up, but if they could have, we probably still would have been fine. Yeah, we just knock him out here. There we go. Love to see that. Sometimes you get alignment in your favor, and you win games. The opponent tried to catch a Mud Bomb on Altaria. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, right? But it's kind of an obvious play in a way, because imagine how bad of a spot they would have been in if they didn't try to go for a catch there. I would have been able to survive the Trailblaze, go for the back-to-back Mud Bomb, either get both shields or a lot of damage against the Caesar. So it's like, I kind of felt like something was off there. They're probably going to go for a catch attempt. All right. Got a match. Game number 5. Can I salvage this set? Maybe not. It's against Home Slice Henry. We're going to see Ufisk in the lead, up against a Gulpin. It looks like we might just be able to salvage this one. Home Slice Henry, I believe, is sick of Q times. About as sick of Q times as I might be. Oh my goodness. If you're watching this, you're seeing the new live look into the Home Slice Henry team. Get your notepads out. Wooloo, Gulpin. What was that? Wurmple. Okay. I saw Bug type. I thought Carablast, but no, Wurmple makes a lot more sense. Easiest win of my life. No chance that Henry could have won that one. that was the game. Thank you for the friend interaction. Yeah, that's amazing. Good stuff. 28-9. Wait, did we just drop? Wait, no, we went 2-3. Of course we dropped Elo. I don't know why I thought I went 3-2 there. No, that was a bad set. Did we just drop for a 3-2 or a 2-3? Yes, of course we did. That's how this goes. Honestly, all things considered, this day could have gone a lot worse. I still went 6-4 in the Go Bad League here with this team. I think it's a pretty fun team, but it's also a pretty annoying meta right now. Hard to have a lot of flexible games, but just in general, if you want to have a nice team to climb with, this probably could work out for you. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.